Hey, what's up, guys? This is Courtney from Willow's Bloom, and today I'm going to be talking to Leo risings and Leo suns and giving you a forecast for the month of April. I wanted to start off by saying, though, that last month we had some really crazy big energy, and there are three important videos that I'm going to link down below that you guys can access and re-watch if you haven't already, or if you have already. To see what the energies are. So basically, we had Saturn moving into the sign of Pisces, which is really significant. It will remain there for the next 2.5 years. And I went over in a video about all of the signs, so what that will look like for all of the signs. And then I also have a video of Pluto moving into the sign of Aquarius, which it has been in the sign of Capricorn since 2008. So to have this big shift is going to affect the collective and us personally as well. So definitely make sure you check that one out. The last one is the Aries new moon, which started off our astrological new year. So happy new year. And that will kind of lay the foundation and the energy for the year to come. So if you haven't already seen those, definitely make sure you go ahead and do that. So I decided to do a monthly forecast because I did a poll on my YouTube and I asked you guys, do you want weekly or do you want monthly videos? And I got a 50-50 response pretty much. So I am testing this out. I just wanted to kind of see what you guys think about this. And I'm considering to do larger weekly overviews, or at the very least, I'll keep doing my new and full moon videos. So you guys let me know what you think about this. And we're just going to go from experimenting and see what you actually enjoy best. So Leos, we're starting off this month, April 3rd, with Mercury moving into Taurus, which is in your 10th house. So you might feel like you're pretty busy in your career. You might feel like you've got a lot of responsibility, or you have a lot going on. You're running around here and there. Your mind is on your long-term career, kind of what you're doing next. And you might notice that your relationships in particular have some tension in it in regards to your career on this day, because Mercury, while it's in your 10th, is squaring Pluto in your 7th. So Mercury squaring Pluto can bring up sometimes repressed information or suppressed things that we haven't been thinking about or we haven't been talking about, that we swept under the rug. So if there are ways in which that has come up through your work relationships or through your romantic or friendship relationships that are somehow affected by your work or what you've been up to, you'll notice that those things might come to the surface on this day in particular. Oh my goodness, I'm shuffling cards. Normally they're just popping out, but there we go. We have the Two of Wands and then the High Priestess. Yes, so this could be a good day to become more in tune with yourself, because Mercury squaring Pluto also gives us the opportunity to touch in with, again, these suppressed parts of ourselves so that we can see the bigger picture. We can see the whole entire thing. We can see the shadow and the light. And we know truly how we feel about something or what direction to go in, because we are being completely honest. And I think this level of honesty is going to help you decide the future or direction of either your career or relationship or some significant step in your life. So there's some significant step that's like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Or I've been thinking about it, or I haven't been thinking about it. And that's all kind of coming up to the surface. And it's going to help you get in touch with your deeper wisdom and make a plan and make a decision with these Two of Wands. So yes, a very good day to journal, to reflect, to make sure that, again, you're being really honest with yourself. April 5th, just 2 days later, we have Mercury in your 10th sextiling Saturn in the 8th. So we have the Three of Wands, this looks like. Two of Torches. Actually, I think that this is a Two of Swords. I thought that these were wands, but I think the torches are swords in this deck. Oh wait, no. I'm grabbing two different decks. I'm like confusing myself right now. I guess I'll just use this one anyway. But yeah, so I think you are making a plan, but you see this person is kind of deciding between two doors, like which direction do I go in? Which path do I go on? I think you guys are definitely in that space, and this could bring up a lot of that inner turmoil. But by the 5th, I feel like you are committing to making a decision. I think that that's what the Three of Wands really represents to me. And with the Ace of Wands, it's like, okay, now I've decided this is the direction I'm moving in. Mercury sextile Saturn in general does that. It has us lay the foundation, lay the plan down, and take the first step. So it's like, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm moving forward. This is what I know, what I want. You might have to encounter some deeper insecurities, though, and face parts of you that is fearful of things going wrong, or fearful of being vulnerable, or has just fears, basically. Saturn being in your 8th house, you're kind of confronting a lot of those fears, especially in relationships, or feelings of being not totally confident in yourself, and really protecting yourself from things. And when Mercury sextiles Saturn, I think it's going to help you create a plan that will move forward despite those feelings and help you kind of process some of those things. On the same day, you have the Sun conjunct Chiron in Aries in your 9th house. And I pulled the Empress card. So I really feel like a lot of those fears, like I was mentioning, are becoming healed and establishing new beliefs that make you feel like there's more abundance. If you've been feeling, I think some of these Saturn in the 8th house transits can make us feel really scarce, like financially scarce, even emotionally, like, oh, if I leave this relationship, I won't find another one, or I can't take the risk of putting myself out there. And Saturn really helps us confront where we haven't taken necessary risks, and where we haven't trusted, and where we haven't seen abundance. And when the Sun conjuncts Chiron in Aries, all of us are going to be going through a phase of healing our inner masculine. For you, this healing is going to help you take bigger risks, take bigger steps to grow as a person. And this could look like starting something new. This could look like learning something new. This could look like going down a different path, having a different belief about yourself and what you want for your future. And I think all of it is stemming from this feeling of being abundant and being taken care of and being hopeful. So it's like like a child who feels like their parents will have their back and they're really safe, they're going to be much more likely to go out into the world and adventure and take risks and try new things, because they have that safety of, I'm supported and I've got my back taken care of. That's what I feel like you're coming into with the universe supporting you. And I think you're going to be more safe in taking those risks for yourself. So this seems like a profound belief shift that is going to be really beautiful for you guys, especially if it's aspecting any personal planets. The next day, April 6th, we have a full moon in Libra in your 3rd house. So this is going to help, again, really solidify those shifts, not only in your mindset, but your behavior as well. And you might look like you're doing different things day to day. And we're going to talk more about this in a completely different video, so I'm not going to go super into that. On the 11th, you have the Sun conjuncting Jupiter in Aries. So this is a continuation of that energy, like I mentioned, where I think that you might have felt lack. You are starting to feel that there are potentials instead. Instead of looking at how you don't have enough, or how relationships have hurt you, or how you keep getting stuck in these patterns, you start to look for solutions and ways out. And I really feel like this 5 of Pentacles represents that previous mindset of, I take what I can get, I'm scrounging around, I settle for less than I deserve. And I really feel like you guys are surpassing that, and in a really big way. Especially see that here with the Death card. There's an ending of that cycle and transforming that energy into more positive influences. So I was reading this book last night talking about psychic energy, and just like the laws of thermodynamics, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It's only changed. It's only moved. And I think our psychic energy, our emotional energy is the same way. Where you before put your energy towards scarcity, you are now taking that same energy and moving it to an equally valuable thing in your life that is actually going to be proactive and helpful for you. And that's what I see with this Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. You're going to start seeing how things can fill you up. You're going to start seeing how there are things that are more emotionally fulfilling, how things are turning in your favor, how things are inspiring you. They are making you excited and creative and passionate. Again, looking for the solutions, not just seeing the problems. I feel like you guys are going to start to look out on the horizons and really see all of those islands and lands that you can travel to, that you can embrace these new adventures within yourself that I feel like you may have before, when you looked out, just saw really scary oceans, really scary big waves, and maybe weren't ready to see the possibilities there and take those risks, which I feel like you are stepping into that phase where you are being encouraged to begin an adventure and take a risk, even if that looks like it's an emotional risk, even if it looks like it's a risk with your artwork or putting yourself out there or doing something that you haven't tried before. On the same day, you have Venus moving into Gemini in your 11th house. So you are also supported by your community and by your friends. So I think that you'll notice that when you do start to take that risk, to start that adventure, I think that you'll notice that the people around you are here applauding you, are here giving you more opportunities, more things can kind of unfold as you take one step at a time. You might feel like you get certain benefactors or people in higher places making connections for you or giving you, again, those opportunities that you maybe wouldn't have had if you didn't put yourself in that situation and take the first step. So I really feel like your relationships and your friendships are going to embrace you and help you with whatever transition you might be going through as you start to realize that you want to get bigger and more expansive in your life. So this seems really exciting. On the 14th, though, we have Venus in the 11th squaring Saturn in the 8th. So you might find that as you start to put yourself out there and try something new, you might find that it does trigger the past within you a little bit with this square to Saturn in the 8th that makes you worried, that makes you insecure. Maybe there are a lot of friends who are supportive and helpful, and then maybe someone says one thing and it kind of sets you off or it kind of sets you back. Maybe you feel like something happens in your relationships and a romantic relationship or some other significant relationship to you. Maybe there's something about that dynamic that feels like you are having to kind of defend that romantic choice, or maybe you have to defend yourself within that romantic relationship or any other kind of relationship, really. But there could be just some kind of like head combativeness, feeling like you're really trying to preserve and protect yourself. Maybe insecurities come up, and there's just a little bit of this kind of clashing energy. And the desire is for harmony here, but ultimately I think it is going to bring up things that have been hidden that need to be addressed, because Saturn the 8th will bring up all the stuff within us that we've pushed down and hidden away so that we can actually come into a greater union. So if there are aspects of relationships where you have been ignoring something about how you feel or not addressing something in your life, it will actually prevent you from true deep connection. And this Venus squaring Saturn in the 8th is trying to bring up those things to be worked on, to be changed and addressed, to create like this really profound, intimate connection that it is that you truly want. And this could be in your friendships, this could be in your romantic relationships, this could be in any relationship. On April 20th, you're having an Aries solar eclipse, which is a new moon in your 9th house. I'm not going to go super into this, but a solar eclipse is a time of brand new beginnings that have this catalyst potential in your life, that have a very Uranian type of energy where unexpected results can come, where we can suddenly be put on a new path and be awakened to new timelines and new awareness within ourselves. Because this is in your 9th house, which is a house of growth and expansion, there are many ways in which you might see that there are different versions of yourself that you have never even considered. So again, this is that adventure that I encouraged you to start just a week prior. This is you maybe having some massive click or realization about that adventure, about what it is that you need to do or who you need to become on that adventure, whatever that is for you personally. So this is going to be really significant. And again, I'll do a whole video on that in particular, but it's a really good house to have a solar eclipse in. And it's usually going to lead you to feeling like you're becoming a bigger and better version of yourself. On this day, April 20th, the sun is also moving into Taurus, which is in your 10th house. So at the same time as this new adventure begins, you're having a different focus shifting into your career. This can give you more enlightenment. around your path ahead. This doesn't have to be your career in particular. The 10th house really has to do with major life changes. So, do you want to move in with somebody? Do you want to have a kid? Do you want to move houses? Do you want to start a new job? Do you want to start learning something new so that you can become the manager or move up as some authority figure? There's usually some bigger life milestones that we're reaching for and striving for in a practical sense. So when the sun moves into this sector, you might have a lot of clarity about what that new direction is for yourself, especially because of the solar eclipse happening on the same day. On the 21st, however, and as I was saying that, it's so crazy. I was pulled the King of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. So we can see this is a lot about our financial abundance, thinking about how we can become more mature in terms of how we make money, manage money, and make it last into the years to come. This is like a very strong leadership energy and somebody who feels like they are empowered in their lives, like they are making the money. They are controlling the strings. They know what's going on and they're very aware in that process. And you guys might feel like you are deciding between multiple things or you are juggling multiple things. So maybe some of you guys decide to take on a new job or a new activity that will get you towards a specific financial goal or even any long-term goal. So let's say you want to have a baby 5 years from now. It's like, okay, let me start doing this gig on the side where I sell these t-shirts on Etsy and I do my normal day job, but this way I can make more money on my own. That's just mine. And I'm just juggling multiple things to get to where it is I want to go. And I really see that here with the Page of Pentacles and Page of Wands, which are this new kind of beginning energy. Like, let's step out, let's start something new that feels also really creative and inspiring for us. So it's not just like, oh yeah, let's do the practical thing, which is just Page of Pentacles, like experimenting, trying new tasks that can get you to where you want to go in a practical sense, but it's also something that feels really exciting. So we have both of these energies together. So you're not just driven by the fire and the passion, but you are exercising a little bit more discipline as well. So I really feel like that's going to be an exciting day for you on the 20th. The 21st, you have Mercury retrograde in the sign of Taurus, which is in your 10th house, which is happening until May 14th. So as you're juggling these things, as you're trying new things, I really feel like you are not going to get it right away. And that's always what happens whenever we're trying something new. We make mistakes, we fumble, and we pick ourselves back up, and we have a lot more introspection and realizations about what we can do next time to make it a better experience. So when Mercury goes retrograde from April 21st to May 14th, this is your chance to go back to the drawing board and be also really adaptable about what is the right approach for this thing. So let's say you start marketing your t-shirts on Etsy and you realize, okay, people aren't really buying them. Maybe I need to go onto YouTube or take this course and do a little bit more research and start adapting my techniques and start adapting my ideas to make sure that I can get the result that I'm looking for. So we have the Page of Swords. This is about very much, again, this is Knight of Swords maybe? I don't know. But this is very much about moving and taking those steps towards what it is that you desire and adjusting along the way. So again, constant adjustments, very easily malleable, very easily movable, adaptable, not trying to be stubborn or consistent in terms of, you want to give it a shot, but you don't want to be consistent in the terms of not trying new things. I really feel like this is a time of exploration, adaptation, and discovery of oneself in this new field or in this new type of interest. So Mercury in Taurus doesn't necessarily always have that energy, but when it goes retrograde, it's calling you into that energy, so that the Taurus energy wants to build something solid, something really strong and foundational, but you can't always get that by doing the wrong thing. If you do the wrong thing constantly over and over again, you're just not going to get the strong foundation that you want. You have to lay the right thing down consistently to get what you want. And when Mercury goes retrograde, I think you'll start to see what is the wrong and what is the right thing with experimentation and play. Then the last thing we'll talk about is April 25th. We have the Sun in the 10th house in Taurus, sextiling Saturn in the 8th house. I pulled the King of Swords. Let's see, any other cards want to come out for this? I kind of feel like this is you guys, the Knight. Ooh, yeah. I feel like this is you guys having more clarity around your shadow self. Whenever, again, Saturn the 8th is all about those fears, those insecurities, those shadows, the parts of us that have been traumatized, that try to keep us safe and protected and hold us back. And that's what this Knight represents. It's kind of like the Moon card. It's the part of us that comes out at night that we don't have full conscious awareness of all the time, that we really push down and suppress, or that we're even ashamed of in some ways, that feels like our inner darkness. With the King of Swords here, the King of Swords is the most honest card in the deck. He sees things for how they are. He is objective. He is truthful. He brings clarity to the situation. And that is what the sun does as well. The sun is our truth lighter, the truth giver. It brings light to the situation. So I think there are some ways in which there have been dark aspects of you in play, that when the sun sextiles Saturn will become really clear. You will become more enlightened in it, whether this is in your career, especially because the sun is in the 10th, or in your relationships, or in your finances, or what you feel like you're capable of. It can come out in really any different way. But if you're noticing that you're getting really shadowy, like maybe you get really jealous or really resentful, or you're holding on to emotions really intensely and you're not willing to forgive, or stuff from the past is coming up and you're feeling insecure or easily upset, or some type of emotional crisis, the sun sextile Saturn will explain to you why. Why is this all happening? What is this tied to? How do we relieve ourselves of this? How do we look at this objectively, honestly, truthfully, so that we don't get caught up in the story and the web of this thing that your conscious mind can sometimes weave when it is scared of the potential, the outcome of the past kind of repeating itself. So very significant for you guys. I'm going to pull one more card in terms of advice for the month ahead for April. And then I'll give you a little bit of a summary of what we're seeing here. So let's see, advice for Leo for the month of April. All right. Clear quartz. Ooh, this is a lot about clarity as well. It's funny because I feel like we start off this month kind of like, what should I do? Which direction should I go in? Clear quartz is here with some tough love. It's time to get crystal clear with yourself and with the universe. Clear quartz helps in organizing thoughts and magnifying issues or experiences in life so that you can more clearly see what the heck is going on. Yes, this I was just talking about. By giving yourself time to bring things to the forefront of your mind, you'll be able to be more laser focused in on what you truly desire and wish to manifest into your life. Absolutely. With the sun on the 10th, this is going to give you that clarity around what it is that you actually want. And with that Saturn in the 8th, it's going to show you why you haven't done it or why you feel like you can't have it. The sensible stone is here to ask, what is important to you? What do you value? What pieces are missing from the puzzle of your experience? Fun fact, clear quartz is also known as a master healer. So it can not only help you become more transparent with yourself, again, more honest with yourself, but it can also help you assist to find solutions, peace, and healing in any situation that you can't make sense of at this moment by bringing your energy centers into alignment. That's beautiful. I feel like that really summarized what I was talking about. I feel like you guys are stepping into a phase where you're being very honest and clear with yourself about where you want to go. I think you might take on a new project, new responsibilities, something exciting for you. And I think along the way, you're going to be more open to finding solutions rather than problems. And it's going to come from a lot of inner transparency with oneself in order to get there. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Leo. If you've enjoyed this and you want more like this, or you want support from me, I am offering astrology coaching. It's for a limited number of people for an extended period of time, basically 12 weeks, where we go into your chart and kind of explore what was happening during development and how elements of your chart indicate things that may have gone wrong and where there need to be kind of repairs currently so that you can have the things that you desire in real time. So if that sounds interesting to you, if you want to learn more about that, then you can hit me up at contact@willisboom.com or check out my website, willisboom.com, and have a great day. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below if it resonates, and share with your friends. Thanks, guys.